color bright. I ain't finna fade with you, man, I got it. Never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winter side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, taste of the dreams. What I do? Lace up the shoes, taste of the dreams. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, taste of the dreams. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news. What I do?
First opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Mike, 40. Ladies, let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
On first down, Darnold escapes the sack. And a big loss here as he's taken down. J.J. Watt in there for sack number 127 in his great career, moving him past Kansas City Hall of Famer Derek Thomas on the all-time list. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
I'm going back to you. Check! 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 Lady, 45 to Mike. Hey, orbit. Strip that ball. 45, 45, 45, Mike, 45. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. And lady.
And Darnold just beating the play clock. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Check. Single. 80 seconds.
They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. In on the tackle, the former All-Pro Chris Harris.
2nd and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Watch it, lady. Watch it. Check 37. Check 37. Bang, 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 bang. Hey, switch gears. Watch that.
Darnold on the move to his left. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have back on their heels.
And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on 4th down. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Watch out for Hill on the return. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6 at the 33-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. To throw is gone. That one into the hands of Kane. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. Levante David in on the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Value 3. Hey, echo. You think you won't get that? Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
Now gone. James has got it. Complete. Touchdown, Falcons. Richie James, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. This is Bell. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Who that? Oh, lady. Blue there. Check 50. Check nickel. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Check. Hey, check Mike 45. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be tough.
Now they'll try the sweep with Bell. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Motion. Hey, check Mike 47. Check Mike 47.
Here's Darnold. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. There he goes, right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Carlson now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Falcons 14, Saints nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And able to take it past the 20 a little bit, but no further. A flag in there as well. Let's see what this is. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. If you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here. Watch twist. Oh, lady. Wide, get wide. Check.
Now a 1st down carry by Bell. Tackle made by the 3rd-round pick out of Louisiana, Tracy Walker. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Check, 47. Watch the screen. Pass.
Here's Darnold. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a 1st here on 3rd down.
Down and 6.
The mic. 47's the mic. In your face. Lady. 47. Go. Mike 47. Silver.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession. They're looking at a 3rd and 6 here to start things out.
47. Check Mike 47. I got you. Check. And 80. Hot.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th. The 3rd down battle won by Atlanta's defense. Solid coverage. And taking a gander at the NFL scoreboard in Minneapolis. And a 2-touchdown lead for the Buccaneers as they've just scored again. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, what's the ball? Yo, lady. Kill.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Geno Atkins. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here. It could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen. Hey, Alpha. Watch out. Check Mike. 50.
From the 45 on second down. Goff. Out of the backfield. That's complete to Kamara. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. On the ground, Kamara. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Right there. Hey, wahoo! You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Now you won.
Gone. That's taken in by Henderson. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll make this a second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
14. Smooth. 54. Watch the backer. Mike's 5'4", Mike's 5'4".
To throw again on second down. Goff. He'll find Henderson there. It's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 20-yard line.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Goff in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop him a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Hey, 180. 54. Hey, they scared. Shift. Watch the shift. Listen.
On 2nd and 12, Goff going for it all. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown.
Great job, man.
Adam Thielen, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 21-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. one. Geno Atkins coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Darnold now to throw. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. J.J. Watt. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Switch it, switch it, switch it.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, shame on them, Coach Davis. They went against your advice. They threw the football, and now they're backed up to punt this away.
They're actually fortunate. They went against my advice, but they didn't turn it over, right? No takeaway for the defense. They'll punt it now. They probably could have gained a few yards if they ran it, though, and helped out with field position.
They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down.
Check 99, check 99. Kill. Red 80. Out. 49.
And they are going for it. Darnold. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jackson. That pick, his 9th on the season.
Remember we were kids and you were playing Little League Baseball, and they penciled you in the 9 spot in the order? That wasn't so good, was it?
Were you in the 9 hole?
Or you played the 9 position, right field? That wasn't so great.
That wasn't. You're picking dandelions out there.
Exactly.
But the 9 picks
9
you
picks, you want that in a big way. That's a great season.
Heck of a season. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
You're trapped.
Kamara. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
We got it. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Come to my world.
Goff now looking to throw. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Hayden Hurst, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Typically down in the first half, I might say, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 3rd down, here's Bell. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. A screen to Bell. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage. This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
You got tape. You got tape.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. J.J. Watt, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down.
Check, 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 check. Watch twist. Watch twist. Red 80. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. SOS, SOS, SOS. SOS, SOS.
They're going to go. It's Darnold. He gets it to Thomas. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position.
Done. 180. Mike 54. Mike 54. I got him. I got him. Check it.
On the ground, this is Kamara. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Hey, let's go. Ground.
On 2nd down, Kamara looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter.
Mike playing. Mike 54. Coming to you. Coming to you. Super 1. Super 1. Hey, Haywood. Mike 54.
Throwing on 3rd. Gone. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the 2nd quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Show it up. Show it up. Man, Eddie. Jim. Watch the safety creep. He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. We got double up. Double up.
On 1st down, it's Darnold. Going for the deep ball. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Kill. Red 80. Check.
Back to throw, Darnold. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. The Saints on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 4.
Check the backer. Lock. Go. Red 80. Switch. Kill. Lady. Deuce. Hey, Foxtrot. Check 45 to Mike.
A final shot before the break. Darnold. He wants it all for the end zone. And he's got it. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Deebo Samuel, as time expires in the first half, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered. Defensively, a disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, but maybe we shouldn't be, because I know as a defender, you've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'll be 1st and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play. And that little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack them.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 15 to be exact. Here's Gall. James has it. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Call that a very strong gain of 24. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Ric Flair. I'm going to run you over. Right there. 54. Right there. 54.
Now gone. Buying time to his left. That's complete to his receiver, Kane. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 33.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Bravo!
On first down, gone. And that'll be incomplete.
NFL quarterbacks work so hard on their mechanics, and they do so much repetition in practice, off-season, the whole deal. They expect it to be autopilot once the games start. That way it eliminates any type of pressure of the game, pressure of people in your face, all of that. That didn't shine through on that throw, though, did it?
No. A little bit of a dangerous pass and off target, too. And fighting down inside the 25. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. From the red zone now. Gone. Complete. This is Lewis. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it second down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Toss play, Kamara. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, Charlie.
Back to throw. Gone. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. No gain at all on the play there, and that'll bring up 4th down. So they go pass on 3rd and 2. They complete it, but no gain. Should they have tried to run it?
I thought that running the ball in that situation is what they would have done because at worst case scenario, you may bring up a 4th down decision for your team. Instead, now they're not close to the first down.
So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Hey, Delta.
Here's Darnold. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Lucky. Sponge. No.
Darnold from the gun. Looking long for Thomas. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. picked off by Byron Murphy, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Thomas, the intended target. That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
Again, it's Kamara. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night...
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get, because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. By the way, 3rd quarter now in Cincinnati as we take a look at the NFL scoreboard. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Bell. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. Well, earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. J.J. Watt in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. On 4th down, Darnold. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And this defense will take over right at midfield. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Kamara. A gain of 3, 2nd down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Obama. Hey, one set. Hey, exit.
On 2nd and 7. Gone. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. And they have the 1st down with that gain of 4 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Mike spot 4.
Gone. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Goff now looks to throw. Short throw underneath to Hurst. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Here's Goff. Flush to his right. To the right side and complete to Hurst. A gain of 22. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Back to the ground. It's Kamara. A great move in there, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps him in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They're in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he'd just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Gone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. 4 touchdown passes now for Jared Goff as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Now a first carry for Daniel Pumphrey. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints get a bit closer. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And the lead is down to 24. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Let's go. 54 Mike. 54 Mike. Check, check. Watch 54.
Now it's gone. That one into the hands of Kane. And they got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Henderson now on 1st and 10. Demario Davis there on the stop.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. From the gun, here's Gone. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Shaq Lawson. And this defense will take over right at midfield. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
Check 26. Check.
They'll run here with Pumphrey. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score.
Safety's creeping. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill.
From the 50, it's Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. J.J. Watt in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him.
Hey, Orbit. 45, 45, Mike, 45.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And here we go on 4th. Darnold. He's got it to Williams. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Joe Hayden there to bring him down.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Black 20.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Got you, boy.
They run it again with Kamara. Kamara's got the first down and then some. And finally down at the 32-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Now gone. He's got Lewis. A gain of 4 on the play, and it's a second down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. Yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Hey, lift! Hey, high 7.
Throwing now, gone. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Intended for Hayden Hurst. Incomplete. It's third down.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 6.
Super!
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check.
Hey, Echo!
54. Tackles.
Out of the gun. Gone. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Throwing again is gone. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Now the final act of this victory, the extra point. It's up and good, and they add one more to what will wind up a fairly lopsided victory. So we had action to the very end of this one, the score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end, and you know some coaches preach that and tell their teams, that's what I want all the time, and they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So for the Falcons, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, any slim hopes they had at a playoff berth gone now as they drop to 4-9, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.